Yeah, you fucking cunt. Fucking cunt. So yesterday I read about an American guy born in Germany. Let's give credit to Germany. And as, I've said this before about Bitcoin. It's not straightforward as it seems to buy or maintain. And one of the biggest problems, like anything else, even if you write it down, you can still lose a piece of paper. I think the best thing, even if you sent it in an email to yourself. Anyway, it's not like signing into Yahoo. You know, you can lose your password for Yahoo and all these email accounts many times, but with this one, not like that. I was given 10 goes to access his account. He's forgot the number. He's got 2 goes left. Now, if I didn't, with that, it was silly doing it in the first place until properly thought it out. And my idea is, which I've sent to him, is to go to, it's only a few years old as well, so it's only a few years ago. Get help from a hypnotherapist. Get him to take you back to that day, go through your mind. Pieces of paper go missing. But for a reward, you can give it a try. So I'm asking people watching this video to share it on your Facebook page. So not just to help him, but to help thousands of people that forgot their passwords, especially to something like Bitcoin. This is only you that knows it. So sometimes when I'm in just instead of Darjeeling, I have a tea called Kimon, and I asked the lady today where it was from, and she went into the kitchen and brought out a bag of tea, and it was made in China. I think it's my preferred choice over. I think I would like orange Pico Brown. That's a girl I used to go out with in school. I'm not saying what she was peeking at. They stopped that magic breakfast, that all the tofu and the soup and the natto and the vegetables and a big bowl of rice and drinks for 300 yen. It's no longer on offer, but it was nice while it lasted. Oh, what time is it now? 8:05. cold again this morning. But I'm glad it's like this area. It doesn't get much snow, and if it does, it goes very quickly. So no, I wouldn't want to be in my hometown or England. Although snow is the fucking least of the problems. Somebody's gone. So, remember when Bush got elected the first time and they had to block, that was the first time they had to block people getting to the inauguration. Looks like it's going to happen again because of fucking mentally deficient Trump supporters. There was a case where a policeman was hit with attacked with a fire extinguisher, and depending the solid weapons, they're full of sand or powder, and if you get it on the head with one of those, it's not a laughing matter. And he ended up dying, and a fellow police officer, and I always thought was there some guilt concern with this, because a fellow police officer killed himself a few hours later. And then I saw something on TikTok, and that is my source of news now, where someone was filming police officers letting through these protesters, or aka dangerous fucking psychopath idiots. And maybe that's what happened. He was involved in letting these people through, and that ended up in his was that a snore then? Maybe nearly. And ended up his colleague losing his life. So hopefully all those police officers, if they did let, it's crazy, isn't it? How can you not on the net of him bragging that he's done fucking everything? It's a wonder he didn't say. It's just, the kids at school, they thought they could do hopscotch, but I showed them no one's done hopscotch like me. And it's fucking everything he brags off about is unbelievable. And a normal person should be able to see that this guy is fucking mental. That's the least of his problems. Well, I'm going to cut short the video because, oh mate, should I leave it going? Me, you never know who's going to turn up. Any one day, is that John? Are you there, Johnny? Send me some money, pal. Put it in an envelope. I'll give you my address. You can put it in an envelope. So yes. So yeah, I need some headlights. I'm going to go back in a minute. Hello, David B. How are you? Where are you watching from? Have you got any interest in Bitcoin? So yesterday I checked out this van that had been abandoned near the motorway, and I was looking at the headlights, but they're just it's an older van, and it was just absolutely massive. It's a big Nissan Caravan, and it's really, really big. Even the wheels are bigger than my truck. Oh, Germany, I'm from England. Did you see the Bitcoin news? The guy that is locked up with $220 million of Bitcoin money. Because I'm sure when he got the Bitcoin, but even if he got them 6 years ago, I think Bitcoin still had a bit decent value then, didn't it? But he was born in Germany. Now he's in San Francisco. But I'm sure that story was out there then of a Swedish person, and what he did, he got some Bitcoin for the job. I wonder how long ago it was that this guy called Stefan, same name as my brother. I just wonder how long ago he did this, because he had 7,000 Bitcoins. 7,002. Yeah, but like I said, I made a video, David, of how he can try to get this information, and that is go to an hypnotist and hypnotherapy, and go back to, especially if you can go back to the day, and for example, if he did write it on a piece of paper, or he says at the moment he's used his usual passwords, but they've all come up. But the thing is, you only need one change in your password. For example, if you put WE555672 and then you just change it, you decide to don't use this password again, but you just change it to a capital or a different number, or you add a question mark or something like that, and your brain doesn't remember that. It doesn't remember it, because I get driven crazy by fucking passwords. I'm continually changing passwords, and but like I say, if the hypnotherapist can unlock his memory, unlock his brain into going back to that day, and for example, he could have used a different password because it was a very important document. But then again, 7,000 Bitcoins, he was making a video or something, so it must have been a long time ago. Hello, Mick, how you going? 220. But the thing is, if he does, like I've asked him for $2 million if he uses my idea, which is not bad, is it? But I have another video, and it's called "How to Find Your Lost Keys," and I explain how to find the keys. And so many people have just wrote to me saying thank you, and you saved my life. All right, Mick. Apart from, it's not a simple problem. I've got to get a jack, sort out the door and the body. Then I've got to get, and the other problem is, someone scared me into, because I was using the truck, so it's like in a bit of a dodgy condition, and I could get pulled over. And if I get pulled over, I could fucking lose my license again. Let's see, Doncaster was in the news the other week, wasn't it? With a gunman or something. Have you seen I was just talking to David from Germany about the guy in America with the Bitcoin problem. Did you see that? If you can watch my video and share it, I'd appreciate it. He's lost his password. And the problem with losing this password is that he only gets 10 times to try out the password. So at the moment, he's the most famous man in the world. And if he uses my idea how to unlock this password using a hypnotist, maybe I could be the number two. I don't like calling myself the number two. The second person. The second most. So what was with the gunman then? Hang on, just gonna get coffee. I mean, with all these businesses around the world having trouble because, especially bars and restaurants and things like that, and cafes, the no one has even fucking mentioned all these fucking billionaires. Not only should they be taxed, they should be back taxed fucking 10 years because they're not using that money. That money should be given to the fucking public for them to use because when they use it, they will turn around the economy. You're still getting people in America on fucking $7 an hour. Yeah, well, I think I'd had a couple of drinks and then it just. Oh no, no! Before I had a drink, I thought about it. Yeah, but the thing is, think about it, or you don't seek advice, and that's the best thing to do is to ask someone. Do you know anything about this particular problem? Do you know anyone that would know about this particular problem? For example, if you're in a country, you've got a problem, and then you just, who's had this problem before? What did they do? And it does work. I don't want to use the word networking, but if you just ask people their opinion, this is sometimes what I do on here. If I have a problem, I ask people on here, the people that watch me, and there's always one or two people that know a lot of fucking stuff, and then there's a lot of people that know fuck all. So. Yeah. Anyway, if you guys can please go and watch the video and share it, I'd appreciate it. It's what's it called? It's called Bitcoin fuck up. Let's have a look. Cunt! David, do you like football? Oh, that's a pity. There was a one of England's most famous football commentators. As you know, we've got this rivalry with Germany, not as big as Germany and Holland, but there was a German footballer called Kuntz, Kuntz, and so they were playing against England, and this player, I think it's Stefan Kuntz, maybe it's Stefan Kuntz, and and so this player he scored against England, and and the British commentator went Kuntz, which I thought was one of the best commentaries ever. Oh, so the name of the video is called. Hang on, I'm just watching this. I'm just watching this video. Sorry, I was just watching this ad on my video, which is going to make me really rich. Now, this video is called Stephen Thomas Bitcoin Memory: How to Find $220 million. That's good. It's had about 100 views in the last hour or so. So that's good. Maybe 2 hours.
Take it back to that day when you got the bitcoins, and then you ask the hypnotist to work out what your passcode is. To work out what your passcode is. To work out what your passcode is.
Yes, I'm in Japan. But don't let that put you off. How did you know? Can you see? Oh, you can see some Japanese writing, maybe. It's a little bit cool. But if I put my big warm jacket on, I get to start knocking things, catching things with the sleeves. Yesterday I was riding about on the bike, and a couple of times I stopped to go into McDonald's to have a drink or a sandwich and get warm. Which part of Germany are you in, David? I have driven through Germany from Austria. Beautiful countryside in the south. It's amazing, you know, when you're driving along those roads, it's so beautiful, it's difficult to keep your eyes on the road. Same in Austria. This place does got not many people in the morning now, but it does get busy in lunchtime. What's it like? Are you on a lockdown? I've got nearly 6,000 videos, David. Please watch all of them. Are you on a lockdown at the moment? Oh, Asian YouTube commercial. I wonder if I should go have a VPN. I should do that. I wonder what would happen. Berlin. Oh, that's a cool city, isn't it? I've never been there. Although I went to Frankfurt. So what? We were flying from England. We were flying from Japan to London. Me and my judo teacher. And because we ended up in Korean, and Korean are the second country most likely to fuck up your pronunciation of your name, we thought we had enough time for a sandwich and a beer. We didn't. And so the only flight they could get us onto Europe was to Germany, Frankfurt. So we went to Frankfurt, stayed there the night, and then we went overland to through Belgium, and then over to England on the on the train and ferry. Oh, I've got a friend that she's gone to Berlin actually. She's studying German, I believe. She's from Ireland, very pretty. You never know, she might watch this later. What do you do in What do you do in Germany, David, if you don't mind me asking? The sun is trying to come out. Might be another hour or so. Oh, it's over. It's out over there. That's good. So in Japan it might be cold, but when the sun comes out, it's nice. I think it seems the biggest problem is that a lot of people are just ignoring the thing because the young people. No, the stats are coming through that still the majority of people that are dying are over 60. So it took 3 years for it to go away. All right, Ed. What are they nervous about? Donald Trump. Ed, did you see my brilliant video? How to save, not how to save a life, how to save $220 million. Well, it's not. It's not really because a lot of people have done it. A lot of people have lost their. Also, a lot of people have been defrauded. Their accounts have been hacked and they've lost the money. But it did cross my mind. It did cross my mind that it could be a fake story. To get interest in the Bitcoin. Do you do nothing? You're lazy. Are you one of these people that go to university all their lives? No, no, they weren't even worth that. They weren't even, they were worth like hundreds of a dollar. They weren't even worth a cent when they first came out. And this is why you could make so much money. If you could buy, you could put in $100 and you could get like thousands and thousands of bitcoins, and they're all coming up all the time, all different kinds of bitcoins. So I wasn't paying attention. It was up to $40,000. It's just dropped down to $32,000 this week. But maybe that's what, maybe that's why it made him think about the bitcoins. Of course it is. Yeah, I've just been talking about it. Very easy to put, but in this circumstance. So what I've suggested is that he goes to an hypnotherapist and puts him under, and then he goes back to the day. He goes back to the day when when he because obviously he's given these 7,000 bitcoins for a job that he did, and that's a good thought. And he was told how to do it. Put it in a safe place, but he's put it in a safe place. He's put in a password, then he's forgot all about it. No, but people do write it down on paper, Ed. The problem is the paper goes missing as well. I think it's happened in England, or maybe it was a gangster. Same thing. 25 million quid. Did the same thing. Yeah, all right, David. Take care, pal. Thanks for watching. No, like I said, I remember there was a guy in Sweden, and he was given some bitcoins and he forgot all about them. And then when they started getting popular, he ended up buying an apartment. So hang on, Ed. I've just got to go to the back, as they say in pub. What's happening in America then, Ed? What's on the news tonight? Yeah, but I was just talking before earlier in this stream, you know, if you can't realise that Donald Trump is a fucking nutter, there's something wrong with you. But if you look at a tenth of 1% in America is a lot of people. And it just, and you know, and obviously there's going to be a lot of nutters there. But a lot of them, well, is it 1 week to go? It's 14th today. It's 1 week to go, isn't it? 21st? Yeah. And the big problem is that Donald Trump has whipped him up into this frenzy. They're going to have to do with Donald Trump what the English did with Bonaparte. Put him on a fucking island in the middle of nowhere. Yes, of course, yeah. The happiest days of my life. That's when I bought my hat. The only time I've used a bag here was when I used to teach. Carry about a little backpack. I saw something yesterday. The vaccine in China is only working 50% of the time. Doesn't sound too good, does it? But the good news is they're shooting the ones that it doesn't work in. I saw something on the news yesterday or TikTok. They say that the Chinese